Healing, you're going to see this lovely gentleman's face pop up here. And if you again hit Command 0, it's a key command shortcut to fit to screen. So what I like to do every time I make an adjustment with the tool bar over here is to Command J the layer, which is duplicating the layer. So you can turn your visibility on and off, and you can see it's exactly the same because we haven't made any changes yet. But when I duplicate my layer, it basically allows me to make changes on a replica of my background layer or my original picture without damaging or permanently changing the original image. In case I go too hard with the healing brush or I turn his hair a color I don't like, I can go back always to my original image. Now you can also go back in your history panel right here and step backwards, but just to be safe, keep everything on this duplicated layer at the top here. So then you are going to go over here to your healing brush. It is a band-aid. Now you'll notice that each one of these icons, if you hold it down, it has a little drop-down menu. So some of you might not be able to find the band-aid because it's hiding in here. Like you might be on the patch tool on accident or the spot healing brush tool on accident. So hold down the drop-down menu and find just the regular band-aid, which is the healing brush tool. Now what you want to do is press Alt when you get your brush over here to his face, and you'll see this little target pop up. And basically what it's doing is it's asking you, where do you want to sample the image that you want to duplicate? So if you hit Alt, you'll see that come up. So practice that a couple of times. And then you'll also notice up here that these are your tool presets or tool options. So if you go to the 125, you can make your size larger or smaller of your brush and the hardness harder or softer. For the healing brush, I like to go down to a really soft brush, and the size, it just depends on the area that you're using or correcting and how big of an area you want to correct. You can also shortcut increase the size of your brush by doing the right and left brackets. And you can see that just increases and decreases the size of my brush right away. So I'm going to leave it about here, and then I'm going to hit Alt, click, and then when I bring it over, you can see without even clicking that this is what your brush wants to do. It's going to put that picture wherever you click. So then I'm going to option click down here and click over here. Now you'll get the hang of it as you practice more, but you can't color his forehead in like you're coloring a picture with a crayon. It doesn't work. So let's see, I'll show you. It ends up starting to duplicate different parts of his face that really shouldn't be there. So you have to just spot correct. So click and then correct, click. And then I notice that there's a wrinkle here that's being picked up, and I don't like that. So I'm going to actually decrease the size of my brush so it's not getting that wrinkle in there. And you can play too with the brush hardness. Again, I'm going to bring that down more. Pen pressure, that's really if you're using the Wacom tablet. But in all things with Photoshop, you're really, with this kind of correction, you're looking for natural and convincing. You're not looking for plastic surgery or he had 7 treatments of Botox. So you want to make sure that he still looks like himself and his skin tone and the coloring looks natural and is following the form of his face. So you don't want to put a shadow over on this side because, see that? There is no shadow over there. If I were to click over there, it wants to bring a shadow over there. And I'd say that's pretty good for now. So I just want to show you the before and after. So there's the before and there's the after. You know, again, not perfect. You can see some of these pieces in here look a little like a sculpture almost, so I would go back in and smooth some of those out, work out some of the coloring issues in here. You can see some of these highlights and shadows look slightly unnatural. But that is generally the healing brush tool.